Yeah, hello everyone. Yeah, before Title Tuesday, let's make Puzzle Rush for warm up. Mistake. Okay, so yeah, I need to register into the tournament. 57. So tournament starts in 1 minute. Really? Smaller? Okay. Is it okay now? Okay, I hope it's okay. So, half a minute. Hikaru Lazavik, Magnus Carlsen, Wesley So, Saranani Halsarin, Duda, very strong tournament. Varshela Graf, Caruana, Grishuk, Isipenko. Yeah, so, okay, the first round against Olga Yushko from Ukraine. Okay. London, bishop b7. Okay. Here, what to do. Okay, I can transpose to the Queen's Gambit. Queen's Gambit decline. C6 is not the best. Okay, Queen C2, Knight D7, Bishop D3, Knight B6, okay. So now Knight B4 can be a problem, but I can play A3, and the pawn structure after Knight F4 it takes F4 usually is playable for white. Okay. Okay, let's take. Castle. Okay, in my opinion, she is very close to equality, but at the same time, I have slightly better development. 94 deserves serious attention. Okay, let's try it. 94, attacking on c5, attacking on f6. H6. Okay, now what to do? Okay, let's improve. Let's improve the rook. Queen e7 now, looks interesting. No, Queen e7, I think it's a blunder, yeah? Queen e7 before, yeah? Before wins. Before wins because, yeah, the bishop is trapped suddenly. After bishop d6, I can just take, queen takes on d6, and then bishop to h7 wins the queen. And if she starts with knight takes c4, then bishop b4, it's a double attack. Bishop is hanging, rook is hanging. So it seems the game is over. Okay, so I can take, and in my opinion, it's time to resign because it's just an extra piece. Just an extra piece. Okay, she decided to continue. Well, what to do? Okay, I think I can take it. Queen to d2. Queen f6, okay. Pawn is hanging. This looks logical. Now knight c3, yeah? Maybe rook c1, knight c3, and I can just go somewhere. Okay, rook c1, I think. Knight c3, rook e1. In general, I'm looking for some exchangings. Okay, I think it's not very dangerous. Rook e1, then knight to e5, and I managed to consolidate my position. The rest should be should be easy. Okay, a5. Now knight to e5. Knight is hanging. Okay, exchange. Bishop to e4. Жук. Hello, Druk. Okay, how to convert this? She doesn't want to resign. Bishop to f3. Pawn is hanging. Knight c6 is a threat. Then knight will be in danger. Queen c7. Okay. Knight to c6. Okay, let's go back. Ah, okay, yeah. So we are waiting for the second round, yeah? And well, actually, I never played against Magnus. I played against, yeah, I played against Hikaru, I think. 3 or 4. Yeah, I think I played against Hikaru 4 times, 3-1 in his favor. I played once against Fabi, and I lost. And I played once against Vladimir Kramnik, and I had winning position but lost on time. Yeah, I hope the next round will be more interesting. So, okay, in this game nothing to discuss because she got extremely bad position immediately after beginning. Okay, Hikaru won. Magnus Carlsen. Looks winning, yeah? Oh, of course, if Magnus plays, it should be winning. Well, I think the best plan is to play King f6, and then one day Black can play g5, maybe, yeah, maybe g5, and just to get two passers. What? Wow. Incredible trick by White, because now White wants to take on g6, and it can be draw. In case of, let's say, g takes f4, if Magnus takes, then rook g6, and it's a stalemate. It's very important for Black to keep this pawn on the board. I'm pretty sure Magnus missed it. What a brilliant defense, rook f6. Yeah, he obviously missed it. Now f5 makes a draw, makes an easy draw. King g3, king g5. Okay, let's take. Rook's move. Yeah, absolutely drawish position. I don't like rook f8. Okay. h6. What a strange move. What was the point to play such way? I mean, okay, it's still a draw, but the rook on f8 was much stronger. He had a chance to put it on f6 and then to play h6. It still should be drawish, but I have no idea what was the point of White to do this. Okay, time troubles. Now rook f8. Okay, rook f8. Promotion. Can Magnus lose it? I think Magnus can lose it. Queen d. What a strange move. He has a check. What a strange idea. Incredible game. Anyway, Magnus is winning. Yeah, Magnus is winning. Incredible chess. You know how to explain it. So the endgame was absolutely drawish, but yeah, white made a lot of passive moves, especially in the endgame. Well, queen d4 with the check was absolutely enough for a draw. Okay, anyway, waiting for the second round. Waiting for the second round. Can I play against Magnus next time? Yeah, in the second round I can play against Magnus. Unfortunately, it's not Magnus. Okay. Fortunately, it's not a Magnus. Okay. Three. Against this setup, I want to play the system with bishop b7, bishop d6 and castle. We have a Queen's Indian with Queen's Indian with the pawn on e3, which usually is not really dangerous. Okay, rook to e8. So in such positions, knight e5 can be an idea, or maybe rook f8. Okay, let's play rook c8. Okay, now g6. Pawn is hanging, yeah. Okay, now at the same time this pawn is not hanging, so I can protect it. Knight e4. c5. Because in such positions usually rook c7 is an idea. Okay, capture, capture, capture. And knight goes to c4. Point is to play h4. After knight c4, I can play bishop c7, and it's not really dangerous. Now, no, okay, I don't like this move, but I wanted to stop his move. Yeah, knight e4 was strong. Same time, now it can be a bit dangerous. So bishop c7. The next move I really want to play this knight h5. Is it strong or not? Knight h5. Yeah, maybe knight h5 is a good. Rook d2. Okay, he decided not to play knight h5. Yeah, f5 was definitely a very big mistake. Well, because now knight d4 is an idea. Okay, I need to protect it. Rook h8, rook b8. Ah, yeah, you mean about, yeah, you mean the game of Magnus? Of course, it was drawish. Now I think knight d6, rook d6, knight f8. It should be winning. Okay, he decided to play this way. Okay, knight f5. Okay, I need to take. Mate is coming, yeah. Okay, maybe this move. It's losing, of course. I don't know how to play instead of this. You can take, then the idea is to play something like king h6. And in the endgame, he'll have 2 extra pawns. Because of the spin, at least I can play a bit. At least some chances. Okay, bishop f6. Yeah, of course it's bad. Very, very bad. This move. Okay, maybe. Of course, knight d6 wins, but I want to play bishop c6 maybe. And later there will be some ideas. Okay, capture, capture. Okay, I need to take it. Rook c6. He can take, then rook d6, forcing an endgame with 3 extra pawns in opposite color endgames. Maybe rook c8. Yeah, let's try rook c8. Then bishop d4. King, I don't know, king goes somewhere. Okay. Well, okay, it's not serious. I think in the beginning the position was absolutely right, but then, well, there was a mistake. c4, exchange a6. This is theoretical position. Yeah, rook c1, queen e7. That's around equal. Knight e2. I think this still a theory. Rook c8. Okay, that's normal. Because in such positions, white wants to play knight e5 and then to exchange the d4 pawn on the pawn c7. So rook c8 with idea to protect on c7. Knight g3. Now g6 is also typical reaction. queen e2. Actually, what's his idea? h5. Okay, computer suggests just to play h5. No, okay, it's approximately equal evaluation. Rook to c1, knight to e4. Okay, the computer dislikes knight to e4. The engine's idea is to play h5, rook fc1, let's say just c6. Just c6, avoiding potential rook c7 sacrifice. Yeah, I'm a bit surprised. The best solution here is to take on g3, then take, pawn takes, and then c6. Capture, capture, and c6 with maybe very, very little advantage for white. Okay, I played c5. Yeah, this position is a bit unpleasant. Yeah, rook d1 is the strongest solution. f5. Yeah, f5 is stupid, of course. But yeah, you know, knight f6. Knight f6 is the only move. After knight f6, yeah, it looks obvious that white's position is much better. Okay, so yeah, it was stronger not to allow him to play this position at all. Okay, f5, knight c4, and okay, the rest is not really interesting. Okay, let's check other games. Okay, another game against someone from Bulgaria. Viti Island, who is it? Okay. Knight c6, bishop b5. Yeah, in Blitz I prefer this setup. It's not promising at all, but yeah, you know, it's a way to trick opponent a bit. Knight e5. Okay, capture. c3. Okay, at least I get a bishop pair. Especially in case of cd4, ed4, the position is promising. Because it will be Carlsbad pawn structure. I like b5, b4 in this plan, in this position. Okay, of course I don't need to trade the bishops. My bishop is stronger. I want to keep it on the board. Later on in such positions, white plays f4, rook h3, rook f3, rook h3, queen to h5 with some chances for an attack. I dislike how he played. Bishop b7 to d6. Looks strange. Okay, f4. Continue my plan. c4. I really dislike this move. After this move, he doesn't have any counterplay. Doesn't have any counterplay in the center. Okay, let's organize mating attack. h6. Well, maybe rook h3. Yeah, maybe rook h3 works. Rook h3, exchange on g5, exchange on g5. Looks extremely dangerous. Knight e4, queen h5, f6, g6. Correct? I think correct. So, improve the rook. preparing some sort of sacrifice on h6. In f3, capture, capture, knight f4, queen h5, still winning, yeah. Okay. Well, I prepared the idea to take on h6, g takes on h6, and then queen to g3. Queen to g3 with an attack. Well, I think in Blitz it looks extremely dangerous. If he accepts my sacrifice, then I guess it should be just mate. The including of this defensive move, rook f8 to e8, doesn't change much. Well, I think now it's impossible not to sacrifice. I should sacrifice. So bishop h6, pawn takes on h6. Rook h6. Okay, I think it should be enough. I think it should be enough. Capture, capture. Bishop f6. Queen to h5. Pawn is hanging. Bishop g7. Okay. How to continue now? Knight f6 actually is a threat. Yeah, because knight f6 was extremely strong. So now I want to provoke him at least to play queen to f6 and then to have time to improve my pieces. To play knight f3 and knight f5. Okay, so I repeated the moves. Yeah, of course I don't want to make a draw. I want to play. How to play? Okay, let's improve the position. knight e5. I think knight e5 is not a mistake. Now this pawn is hanging. I want to open the f file. Rook f8. Okay, now at least I can win the rook. Yeah, I can win the rook. What else? I can win the rook, or I can play bishop g6. Also deserves serious attention. I think rook is not really interesting. Yeah, he is in very big time troubles. Okay. Блин. What a stupid game. Yeah. So this one is a +3. h4 is correct. Queen g8 is correct. h5 is correct. Here I made a mistake. Yeah, of course. It was much stronger to keep the rooks on the board. Yeah, he has an extra rook, so it was necessary to play rook h7 and just to avoid this exchange. Queen e4. To queen e4, the position is equal, and yeah, that's unpleasant that it's easier to play it with black. Okay, doesn't matter. Playing in our game, black against someone from Mexico. Well, such positions usually are fine for for black. I control the important square. It's like closed Sicilian. He cannot play before. He has to prepare it after queen d2. a4 looks strange. I don't understand what's the point. I would like to protect the pawn. Okay, it's not hanging now. So let's play b6. Bishop b7. Knight f. So I need to get the counterplay in the center. Let's try to do it this way. Normally, black waits for white's g4 attempt, but I want to play 5 right now. Yeah, without increment, impossible to play. Absolutely impossible. It's absolutely different way of chess. Okay, I think it's not a mistake. Let's take, let's play knight to d4. Okay, let's play b5. b3. he tries to be solid. Okay, let's continue. Black's improvement. Okay, black can play rook to b8, later take on a4, let's say, then double up the pieces. Is it a blunder? No. No, it's not a blunder. Okay, he tries to be solid. I can take or rook b8. Okay, rook b8. Now the pawn is hanging on a4. I want to take, then queen takes on a4. Okay, a5. This should be a little achievement for me. Bishop to c6, preparing queen b7 or maybe rook b7, rook b8. And I think in the future the pawn on a5 will be weak. And I still cannot see the way of his counterplay. Well, I really want to open the position, because my bishops in that case will be much stronger than his bishop and knight. Rook b6. Okay, possible move. Okay, I decided to give up the queen side and to try to get the play on different side. Capture. So, yeah, he wants just to push the pawn. I think that okay, this move can be strong. Bishop d4. Yeah, I wanted to activate my bishop, so my bishop goes to d4, and in that case, after the check, you can have some problems. Check. Now he wants to play queen to d5, so I need to avoid this attack. Bishop to e3. Okay, let's take a pawn. Take. He cannot take because of because of rook e1. Rook f7. Queen d5 is a strange move. Queen d5 is a strange move. Rook b8, king g7, queen d4 is not a good idea. I can take and mate on f1. Can play rook b8, okay, queen c3, then king h6, queen d5. It's well, rook h2, king h2, rook f2, queen h3 mate, yeah. Check, 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 and mate. Okay, this position was around equal. Then it became unclear. This one for some, yeah, well, this is a good tactical exercise. In this position, I think bishop b3 wins, +5. Bishop b3, queen takes f3, queen is hanging after bishop g2. Rook f7. Yeah, queen d5 was not correct. Yeah, he missed rook e2, and now it absolutely hopeless. So after this round we have 6-minute breaks. Yeah, 6-minute break. Okay, let's make a short break and then continue. Hikaru 4 out of 4, Drikin 4 out of 4, Magnus 4 out of 4 after very strange start. So a lot of guys have 4 out of 4. The next round should start very soon. Shima, how many points? Okay, so the next round should start in 1 minute. Waiting and ready for fight. Okay, next game against someone from Thailand playing white. Once again, it's London. c5. Well, okay, knight d2. Bishop to b5. Okay, capture, castle. Can take and play c5. Even this should be enough for equality. London is very harmless opening. The point I'm playing London is just to avoid the theory and try to play more familiar positions. Okay, he wants to play this. Okay, it's possible. Knight e5 it's possible, or c3 is possible, or maybe just capture. Can be a good idea. Okay, I think it's possible move. Let's take it. Normally, yeah, he needs to play this, then c4. Well, the point is to play against the c6 pawn. Then rook c1, and to attack c6 pawn. Okay, rook c1. Okay, such positions can be a bit unpleasant because yeah, every time he needs to protect this pawn. I have a way how to improve my pressure. I want to play knight to e5. He cannot take because in that case the pawn on c6 will be weak. He cannot play c5. Okay, now knight to e5, protecting on e4 and improving the pressure here. Still some chances. Still some chances for an advantage. Okay, c5 is not possible, so I can improve my position. Rook to d1. Maybe it will be some, I don't know, some sort of pin. Okay, he wants to play rook to b4, I guess. Pawn is hanging. What to do? Pawn is hanging, and probably. Okay, let's try this. After rook b4, I have an idea: queen a3 or queen to a5. Can play a5. Yeah, a5 is a good idea. I'll take. Then rook b4 is intermediate idea, or he can take. It cannot be worse for him. Around equal. Yeah, this is a strong move. So playing this, he avoids knight d7. Well, maybe c5. Yeah, maybe c5. Now the point is, yeah, he wants to play a3, a5 rook b4. Okay, let's improve the knight and try to deliver it to d4. You can play a5, I guess. Then actually I don't know, maybe queen d4 or maybe even a3. Yeah, place it. I don't like this, but yeah, on the next move I'll play knight to d4. Well, f6, knight takes on e6, possible. Also, I want to play f3, kicking this knight away. Okay. No need to go into these complications. He can play e5, then probably I can play knight, something like knight to a5, then knight to d6. Or maybe capture there, yeah, but probably capture on e5 firstly, then knight f5. And f3, forcing this knight to go away. This knight is very unpleasant. Okay, anyway, f3 was the part of my plan. I don't know what was the point for him to do this, because now knight is hanging. Knight is hanging and the pawn is hanging. Very strange decision of my opponent. e5. Well, e5 looks like a blunder, because I can take this pawn. Queen is hanging. Now rook is hanging. Rook b3. Okay, but what's wrong with this position? I can take on e4. Then my rook is hanging. So okay, no need to hurry. I think this move is useful anyway. Knight to c3. Okay. The plan is just to push. This pawn. I don't know how to stop it, especially after his last move. And yeah, he loses. Well, this is +4. This is +2. Well, before he played bishop h5, I think, yeah. Even this position is slightly better for white. Even this position is slightly better for white. And the position after bishop e8 is also better for white. So yeah, guys, play London. It's not so harmless as it looks like. Okay, let's check what's going on in the other games. Andreikin 4 out of 5. Carlsen 4 out of 5. Sarana against Zhigalka. Well, king on c4 looks a bit strange. Looks like Zhigalka is winning. And then some king's move. Yeah, of course should be winning. Even after rook c7, king c7, and king d5, it's also winning. Okay, he executes the same idea. The endgame with 3 extra pawns. He hopes just for time. Okay, next one. I don't know what exactly this position. I think should be winning for white. Yeah, should be winning for white. Here, white is losing. This position is very interesting. But it finishes as a draw. Yeah, it's a draw. Wow. Black won on time. So in this position, Murzin lost on time. But he is up to queens. Bortnik won. Okay, the next round should start very soon. Okay, against someone from Hungary, and we even played against each other. Knight f3, d5, d4, okay, knight f6. Classical, well, classical Slav. Yeah, I know this line. I think a4. That's how we play. There is a line there. Both sides can promote to queens, but it seems to be risky, so I want to avoid this. 5. Well, I forgot, but I think knight d5. Then check. I know it should be around equal. How to get this equality? Okay, maybe castle. Yeah, probably I mix something because I really dislike my pawn. For some reason, he decided not to win this pawn. It looks a bit strange. Let's take it. I want to take and play knight to b6 and to protect my pawn on c4 this way. Such situation usually arises in Vienna or in Queen's Gambit accepted. There, of course, white is the strongest side, but yeah, you know, it's very hard to win against this pawn. Against the pawn c4. He can win this, but in that case, anyway, his pawn on d4 will be really weak. So even pawn down, black has some chances. Pawn is hanging, f3. Now knight d6, probably. Okay, knight d6, I can play knight b6, can win another pawn. Okay, bishop to d3. Can I? Well, I can include the check, but yeah, it useless. So he wants to trade. He wants to trade the queens. I don't want to do it. I want to play with queens on the board. This knight is extremely unpleasant. Extremely unpleasant. Maybe I want to play f6 and just to try to exchange this pawn, this knight. Okay, after capture, he gets just better position. Okay, I think I need to take anyway. Well, in long-term chess, this position is absolutely hopeless for me. But in Blitz, maybe there are some chances if I'll play active chess. Some chances, maybe. Pawn is weak. I really dislike the knight on d6, so I want to exchange it, even sacrificing one more pawn. Okay, now it's completely different story. Okay, capture the pawn. Блин. Ой. Okay, anyway, it was extremely bad position for me, so yeah. I think something went wrong immediately in the beginning. So I analyzed a4 myself, and I know that, okay, b4 is the best, but bishop b7 is also fine. Bishop b7 is also fine, capture, capture, and he played e5. And in this position, yeah, I mixed the square. It was much stronger to play knight e4. Knight e4. Knight e4 and knight b5. Now bishop b4. King of 1, bishop d5. Black is slightly better. Yeah, black is slightly better. After knight d5, the situation is less Clear, capture, check, and he got an advantage. In this position a6 was necessary. Yeah, a6 was necessary. So castle, castle, capture, capture, and unfortunately there is no real compensation for the pawn. Later maybe there will be, yeah, maybe or any practical chances. No. Okay. No, doesn't matter. Let's see the game. Caruana lost next game. Draw. White won. Tersakyan against Bogdan. Tersakyan has promising position. Especially it's promising on time. Should be winning. Should be winning. Tersakyan won. Well. King goes to g8, no? King goes to g8. Nice plan. Now rook e7, f6. F6, f6, rook f5, rook e6, king is king g6. This looks strange. Okay, and finally, yeah, black lost it. That's very interesting. After f6, after f6, king g6, f7 was check. Yeah, so white found brilliant win. Okay, another game, playing against Master Feeder from Latvia. c5. Okay, let's play solid. Have a very strange version of Sicilian Dragon. I don't like that his pawn in this structure is on a5. On a5, it's it's a weakness on a5. Yeah, what to do? Knight goes to d4. We have very typical position for Sicilian Dragon. What are the plans? h3 normally, h3 and then f4. Okay, I think h3 anyway is my idea. Okay, capture. Bishop b6. Okay, f4. With pawn on a6, here you would have an idea to play b5. Here there is no idea of b5. I made very, very bad move because now bishop b4 is possible, queen e4 and knight g4. H takes on g4, bishop d4, knight d5 still should be calculated. Is it a blunder? Oi, it's probably a blunder. Capture. Yeah, it was a mistake. Okay, as a compensation, I have little chances because of the king. I don't like how he converts his advantage. Maybe there are some chances for me. I want to play f5. I want to play rook to e1. Can be tricky. Okay. Queen f6. Okay, anyway, I think c3 is part of my plan. Okay, rook should be improved. f5. Knight d4 is 6. Well, maybe this move. I should go in this line, otherwise it's just hopeless for nothing. Yeah, here at least maybe some chances. So capture. Okay, capture. Yeah, that's probably final blunder. Rook c1, king h2, rook queen d6, king g2, queen g6, king f3. Should be very bad. Блин.